Welcome to What's Cooking. I'm Rebecca Werner, the registered dietitian with the Heart's Beatback Heart of New Ulm project. And tonight we're going to take a little different approach to their cooking show. So many people have been asking, what can I do to make a great smoothie? There's so many different products on the market. How do I put a great smoothie together to start my day? Well, we know breakfast is such an important meal that I want to take a break from regular cooking and go through a few different examples of what you can add to make a great smoothie. So let's start first of all with the base of all of these. Now you can use something like a yogurt. And so I have a regular low-fat yogurt. In this is something you would buy right off the shelf. You're going to have a good mix of some bacteria, the good bacteria that we're looking for. You're going to have a low-fat option here, but be careful with a regular yogurt. These are going to be a little bit higher in sugar. If you're following a diabetic diet, keep that in mind. It's not going to fill you up quite as much as some of the other options that we might have here on the table. But this is a regular vanilla yogurt. You can put that in as the base, and it's really going to have a nice creamy and smooth flavor to it. A better option might be a 0% fat Greek yogurt. Now this is going to be higher in protein, normally twice the protein that you're going to find in a regular yogurt. It's also going to be lower in sugar. It's not going to have that sweet taste you might be used to in a regular yogurt, so go ahead and try your Greek in small portions. Make sure you like it. You can find different flavors. You can do that as well, or add it into your smoothie and you're going to not have much flavor difference at all. I will tell you that these are a bit more expensive, but they are going to keep you full longer. Anytime we have more protein, it's going to keep us full longer. It also has a little bit more of that good flora that you're looking for to increase your gut motility and making sure the flora is active. So that is another good reason to add that in there as well. Now, that's one option for base. These are pretty standard. We like to add that with some ice, throw that in there, and you can put in just about anything else, and you're going to have a great smoothie to start the day. But sometimes people are not tolerating lactose, or they want to avoid regular yogurts, or they're going to look at something a little different. Some of the things that you might find now on the shelf would be like a coconut milk. Coconut milk has great flavor, but it's very high in our saturated fat. So remember, when using coconut milk, we use our portion size very carefully. So in just 1 cup of coconut milk, we'll find that we have 20% of our daily saturated fat. That's pretty high. Now, coconut milk does have a lot of different benefits, and so you can add that in there, just not all the time. That isn't going to be your base. The next one that I have for you is going to be an almond milk that's fortified with protein. So in this one, this is called So Delicious. It's almond milk, so it's going to be dairy-free. So if you don't tolerate dairy, this is a good option for you. It only has 70 calories in 1 cup, which is very low, and you're going to find that it has a fair amount of carbohydrates and protein. Your carbohydrates are going to be a little bit lower. All right, so this is a good option. You're going to get those nutrients of nuts. You're going to have a low saturated fat amount, and because it's been 5 times fortified, you get a good amount of protein in your serving. All right, so we have 5 grams of protein. So what that is telling us is that a regular almond milk is high in calcium, a good option, even more than your regular dairy milk, but it is low in protein. All right, so this isn't something you're going to use as a huge base of a high protein shake or smoothie. The next one up would be a rice milk. Rice milk, again, is going to be gluten-free. It's going to be dairy-free, lactose-free. So if you're following a very strict diet or you have a lot of GI issues, this is going to be a good option for you. Again, though, this is going to be low in protein, only 1 gram per serving, and it is higher in our carbohydrates. So in 1 cup, we have about 26 grams of carbohydrate. Remember that if you're following a diabetic diet. The benefits of the rice milk are going to be that they don't have any saturated fat. So this is great for our heart-healthy diet, but again, low in protein. The Earth Balance is actually a no GMO product. So if you're looking for things that don't have any of the hormones in our animals and in our grains, in our soy, this is a good product. This is going to be organic and is a good choice for that as well. This one has a small, just trace amount of saturated fat, so a good option, but again, a little bit lower in protein than our regular milk, so it has 6 to 7 grams per serving. Now, if you're worried about protein, we sure can make some options and change that up. We can add peanut butter into our smoothies. We can use actually our tofu can be added in there as well. Now there's 4 grams per serving. And once we put this in our blender, it's going to smooth it out. This is a soy product. It's just made firm, and we can add that in there as well. Okay, so those are some of those options. What I'm telling you is you can add any flavor for any kind of shake or smoothie you're looking for. So if you're looking for a higher protein, we would look for something that has 5 times the protein, or we would use regular milk, or we'd use the Greek yogurt. If you're looking for something that's going to be lower in sugar, again, the Greek yogurt is going to be a good choice, or our rice milk is going to be a little bit better. These are going to be a better option for you. When you were looking at what are we going to add into this, the sky is the limit. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to add just a base of ice, just to get things, make it nice and smooth for us, make it chilled. And then what I like to do is I like to choose the almond milk simply because I really enjoy the flavor of almond milk. All right, so with that, I'm going to add some of the 5 times the protein almond milk. All right. Now to add some thickening to this, I could go with my Greek or my regular yogurt, but I'm going to change it up just a little bit today. And I'd like to introduce you to something called kefir milk. And kefir is a grain, and when we add it into milk, or you could add it into almond milk, you could add it into soy milk, it creates an own, almost like a drinkable yogurt. So if it's added into soy milk or an almond milk, it's actually almost dairy-free or lactose-free. So keep an eye on that. Why would we use kefir milk? Well, kefir milk is going to be a lot higher in that probiotics, the good flora. So if you have a lot of GI issues, you don't really like yogurt, or you need even more of it, you're looking for a high level of the probiotics, kefir milk is going to be a great option for you. You can find this in with a Greek level, so you're going to have higher levels of protein. There's actually 12 grams of protein in one serving. It's 99% lactose free. So if you tolerate small amounts of lactose, or you can tolerate a yogurt, this is going to be a great option for that. It is gluten-free, so you can include that in there. There are no artificial flavors in this one. You can add it right in. To add a little flavor, you can get a chocolate kefir milk. You can try a strawberry banana. But remember, these are going to be higher in that probiotic, those natural good bacteria that we put into the gut, and it's very high in protein. So I like to add in just a little bit of my kefir milk. And that's like a liquid smoothie in the bottle. We're going to get that ice in there to chill it down. And with that, I'm going to throw in a little bit of peanut butter. Again, a great source of protein, just to add that extra little nutty flavor in there. All right, so this is a pretty crazy smoothie, we would think. We've got almond milk, we've got kefir milk, we've got peanut butter, ice, and I still need to get my fruit in there. I'm going to throw in a banana. Now, we've all had peanut butter and banana on toast, so I think this is going to have some really good flavor. So what this is showing you is there's really no right or wrong answer for what is the best smoothie. What is it, what you're looking for? How are you going to improve your health? And what flavors do you like? Throw them all together and see what you come up with. The best thing you can do for smoothies is give it a try. So we're going to go ahead and turn this one on. And this one's ready to go. We could pour this into our cups and have breakfast on the go. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about making vegetable smoothies and how we can make those just as delicious as our fruit-based smoothies are. Welcome back. All right, now we're going to delve into a little bit of getting those extra vegetables into our smoothie. I know when you see those green cups, you think, that's just not for me. But if we add a few of our favorite foods into this, we can really make these delicious. Our goal is to get a full vegetable serving into our smoothies and yet make them something that we could have every morning and enjoy them thoroughly. All right, so let's try to think about what would we put in there. If you've watched any of the cooking shows, I've told you so many times how important it is to get our dark leafy greens. So what I have here is some kale, one of our miracle vegetables because it has so much vitamin K and many other nutrients that we really need in our diet. And I have some heart of romaine. So these are going to be the base of our vegetables. Now, with this, I was thinking, well, what would I like to have? I really enjoy pineapple, so I'm going to add in some pineapple. And what goes better with pineapple but coconut, right? So we're going to make this almost a pina colada kale smoothie, if you'll buy that. I'm going to go ahead and put that in as the base. Now, because we know that the coconut milk, as I mentioned, is not high in protein, I'm going to use my Greek yogurt to thicken this up. Throw a little bit of that in there. You know, and you can make this to any portion you want. You can see that measurement is not my forte, so we're going to just add them in there and see how it goes. Let's go ahead and bunch up some of our kale then. We're going to add that in. You could really choose any vegetable you want. This is going to be an easy one to start. We don't have to worry about it getting too chunky. I think something like carrots would go well in here. Even a little avocado would smooth that up and make it really delicious. You can start with just a little or you can add a lot. But remember, our goal is to get a full vegetable and a full fruit serving in each cup. We're going to add in a little bit of the romaine. Nothing too fancy. We just need to shove it in there. We're going to make it quick and get out the door and start our day. You know, the best thing too is to start your kids on this and replace that regular ice cream with some of these delicious smoothies. Okay, so we need a little bit of the pineapple juice, and then I'm going to add some of that pineapple in there as well. Everything is to taste, and so, you know what, first go around, you might not be happy with the way it came out. Tweak it a little bit, and once you find that perfect recipe, make sure you write it down so you don't have to go through the whole process again. Maybe a little more. I do like pineapple. All right, I do want to add a little bit of ice in here yet. And then we're going to turn it on. That's it. Easy enough. We're getting a full fruit and a full vegetable in here. What a great way to start the day. When you look at the calories that you're going to have in this smoothie compared to what you'd have in a bagel with cream cheese, there's just really no comparison. This is going to be low calorie and extremely nutrient dense. With that Greek yogurt, it's going to be very filling, and you're going to be off to just a perfect start to your day. Get that on there. We're ready to roll. Easy as that, our smoothie is ready to go. Remember, we're getting a full vegetable and a full fruit. It's going to taste a little bit like a green pina colada, and I'm sure that's a great way to start your day. That's it, easy enough. As a review, we have our kefir milk. Remember, this is from Kefir Grains, and it is going to be 99% lactose free, a little bit higher in our protein. We have Greek yogurt, which is going to have twice the protein as a regular yogurt, but both are going to add that smoothing effect to your smoothie. We have coconut milk, which has great flavor, is lactose free and dairy free. We have almond milk and Almond Plus, which is going to be high in protein, and it's going to have that great nutty flavor. We have regular almond, and we actually have that in chocolate, so if you'd like to introduce kids to it that way is great. And then we have our regular soy-based milk and rice milk. So many different options. We can actually even add a silk tofu into these. There's really no rhyme or reason. There's no right or wrong. Just start playing with these different foods. Give them a try, and you're going to find you're going to really enjoy your smoothie on the way out the door. That's it. That's this week's episode of What's Cooking. I'm Rebecca Werner. I'll see you next week.